7th of October, Rabbi Levitt, Horeb.
Number 538. Is that it?
See?
I'm on 401.
401. Okay. All right. Next page.
That's the page number. Alan is talking about the section.
Oh,
Good morning,
Yeah.
Rabbi Levitt. Good morning,
Good morning,
Alan.
Roy. Good morning, Mayor.
Morning.
Okay, so this is what we did 539. I think that's what we did. We did 539, and then we said, oh, let's look at this, what it says over here in Eben Ezer and Orach Chaim, and it was not so fruitful. And but yeah, the whole topic is a big topic about a woman's head covering. One place to look, if you want, is in Ksubas 72a. That's the main place to look. And also I saw there's a Igris Moshe. But yeah, that's Mara Makomas for whoever wants to do further research. But one thing I did see that there was somebody that they had a column about the whole topic, and they said that it's the question that they get asked the most, being that she's a highly visible, it's noticeable that she's an Orthodox Jewish woman, is people come over and they say, excuse me, right, what was it, how did it go? No, I don't remember the question now. Okay, Shem doesn't want me to say it over. Okay, so let's go, fighter. Let's go. 540. We're ready to go. 540, we go to Alan.
Okay. The woman is highly prized in Israel. She is to be the priestess of the house. If our Lord does not assign to her a part, if our Lord does not assign to her a part in public life of the people, it gives her a high position in the home, in the sphere of her vocation. It demands of the husband deep love, regard, and respect towards her. He says, he who loves his wife like himself and honors her more than himself, only such a one fulfills his duty as a husband. The wife should be the holiest possession of the husband. He should belong only to her and to his house with every object that he acquires, with every faculty that he possesses, with every joy that comes to him with his whole being. The husband should see in his wife the being who perfects his manhood, the great central pillar of his household, the better part of himself, and he should love her as much as such and honor her and remain true to her as his creator of her life's joy, as her masculine support in life's journey, her shield, protection, and strength. Alas for them if it is not so, if man and wife drink only once from the same cup of life, namely at the time of marriage, and therefore, while they remain outwardly united, their hearts and lives drift apart. Alas for them if the wife has to bewail the brutality and neglect of the husband. Alas for them if the angel of peace and intimacy flees away and the consuming fire of discord remains. Only warm mutual love, regard, and fidelity bring to completion what Kedushin have begun. only joint love and fear of Hashem and trust in God complete the work of the chuppah. Such is Jewish marriage and such the Jewish household.
Wow. Hmm. That's what he says. If our law does not assign to her a part in the public life of the people, she's not. She doesn't have. Doesn't have a public position as a like a rabbi or a public figure as uh, the people that are the people that form the Tuvia Ear, the council of the leadership of the community is so those are not positions for a woman, but nevertheless that's he goes on to say what he says. It doesn't mean that her regard is less than very high. In the right outside of the home, she's not visible, but inside the home, she has a very high position, and that's the obligation of the husband to put her in that high position. And we see over here, it's not simply just the marriage is not simply a business relationship that brings children into the world and raises them, etc., etc. And even for Torah mitzvahs, a very high position, but there is he says that they should be very close. It's not correct when their hearts and their lives drift apart. There should be warm mutual love, regard, and fidelity. That's the way it's supposed to be. Hey, very good. 541. We go to Roy.
As soon as the marriage ceremony is completed, the couple, if one at least of them is being married for the first time, belong exclusively to one another for the duration of a week in which their domestic life runs its course within the narrowest space. The man must not leave his spouse nor attend to his business, but they must initiate themselves into domestic life in the closest intimacy. Where, however, both parties have already had experience of domestic life elsewhere, that is, in a marriage between a widow and a widower, this period is limited to 3 days. According to others, only that party is to be considered in this connection whose occupation lies chiefly in the household and in whose condition the greatest change is caused by marriage, that is to say, the wife. Hence, 7 days of initial dedication for a virgin and 3 days for a widow, irrespective of whether the husband had been married before or not. Nisin are not performed on Shabbos, as they confer rights and impose duties in respect also of property. The same applies to festivals. Not are they performed on Chol Hamoed, so that national and private joys may not interfere with one another. On the morning of Erev Yom Tov, they are allowed.
Why doesn't he say Erev Shabbos too? Okay, interesting. Okay, so that's it. So that is the idea of the 7 days. The 7 days is they start off their first 7 days with great intimacy and closeness. So that's the way they start. And that's the way hopefully they'll continue, like you just got through saying in the previous paragraph. But that's the recipe for to create the closeness right away. Okay. 5. So I'm even though I'm interested why he only said Erev Yom Tov, I'm not going to look it up. Let's just go to the next one. We know that definitely the custom is to do a wedding on Erev Shabbos as well. It's even spoken about in halacha also. So, right. Yeah. Okay. 542. They just have to, of course, make it in such a way that doesn't interfere with Shabbos, but it doesn't. It's not intrinsically an interference. Okay. 542. Someone want to read the last 4 lines of this weighty topic? 542. We go to Lou.
It is customary nowadays, as distinct from Talmudical times, to perform Kedushin and Nisuin immediately, one after another, in order to avoid prolonging the middle stage of Erusin, which carries with it many difficulties and dangers.
Okay. Right. Okay. 80. A round of applause.
Correct.
Round of applause for Kedushin and Nisuin and marriage, a Jewish marriage. And now we go on to, interesting, he didn't say anything over here. Okay, that's not, maybe it's somewhere else. He didn't mention the subject of intermarriage. Maybe that's somewhere else that he discusses that. I'm not sure. We didn't have it yet, did we?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, now we go to, we have a short one here, 82, Gittin. So Mayor, you want to take that one, please?
Okay. Okay, so from Shmot, it says, he writes her a bill of divorce and gives it in her hand and sends her out of his house. Marriage instituted by Kedushin can be dissolved only by actual death or by divorce by giving of a get. That is to say, the same man who pronounced over his wife the words of Mekudeshet Li and thereby appropriated her exclusively to himself, as now to pronounce her, and this time in writing, Uteret L'chol Adam, to declare her a release from her husband and the restoration to her of the right to be united to any man. And he has with his own hands or through properly appointed representative, a shliach, to deliver the document to the woman before witnesses regarding the circumstances in which this divorce can and in some cases must take place, the manner in which it is to be carried out, and all the legal prescriptions relating to it.
C-E-H.
Oh yeah, in order to, right. In regard to all of those matters, see Ibn Ezer, where he says over here. Okay. Further details. He doesn't want to go into too many details about this whole matter, does he?
Mhm.
Doesn't want to, shouldn't be no gaya. Okay. Okay, now, wow, he's got chalitza.
It's a big one. No, it's not a big one.
A lot of psukim. He's got 5 psukim over here. Okay, so Lou, you didn't have a chance too much, did you? So we'll let Lou start the chalitza, please.
If brothers dwell together and one of them die and have no child, the wife of the dead shall not be married abroad unto one not of his kin. Her husband's brother shall go in unto her and take her to him to wife, and perform the duty of a husband's brother unto her. And it shall be that the firstborn that she beareth shall succeed to the rights of his brother that is dead, that his name be not blotted out of Israel. And if the man is like not to take his brother's wife, then his brother's wife shall go up to the gate unto the elders and say, my husband's brother refuseth to raise up his brother a name in Israel. He will not perform the duty of a husband's brother unto me. Then the elders of his city shall call him and speak unto him. And if he stand and say, I like not to take her, then shall his brother's wife draw nigh unto him in the presence of the elders, and loose his shoe from off his foot, and spit before his face, and raise her voice, and say, so shall it be done unto the man who doth not build up his brother's house. And his name shall be called in Israel, the house of him that had his shoe loosed.
Okay. Right. Okay. Very good. 544. Should we go to somebody else? You want to continue, Lou, or you want to pass the baton?
I'll pass the baton.
Okay. Roy is next. Oh, Alan. Where's Alan?
Alan disappeared.
Oh,
He's
Okay.
gone.
okay. He'll be He'll be coming back. 1 second. I got my phone. Maybe he's trying to call me. Oh, okay. So we'll keep an eye. In the meantime, Roy, would you like to pinch hit for Alan? 544.
Okay. If a marriage has not fulfilled its purpose, If the husband dies while the household is still to a certain extent incomplete, in the fact that no child survives him, in whose life he himself could continue to live, then he can in a way still go on living in another person if his wife, whom he has taken to himself for the purpose of building a household, and who must therefore have accepted his view of the purpose of life, allies herself with the man who is nearest to him in nature, that is to say, with his brother. For in this way, the household most closely related to him will be built up under the aegis of his own outlook on life and in the way intended by him. To the building up of this household will also be transferred all the goods possessed by the deceased as a means for carrying it out. On the brother who belongs to the same household, that is, who has been born of the same father and who has been alive with him, if only for one moment, devolves the duty of marrying the wife of the brother who has died, without leaving behind any descendant to carry on his work. And even though ordinarily, where a man has died, not without leaving issue, his wife would be forbidden to the surviving brother as being too closely related. Yet in this case, precisely on account of the close relationship, the marriage is commanded as a duty. Such a marriage is called yibum. If the brother cannot make up his mind to undertake this marriage, or if there are
What's the
circumstances...
new section? Sorry.
Oh, sorry, yes, that's right. Oh, good. I thought it was a bit long.
Okay, so that's Ibum. And now he's going to continue. 5:45, we go to Mayor to continue, please.
Okay, 5:45 says, hold on one second, please. Okay. Oh, yeah, Alan sent them. By the way, Alan did send a message. I think he is trying to get back in somehow. I don't know if you see him on your screen.
No, I don't.
So he must be having some sort of difficulties with his computer.
Aye.
Yeah, I get a message also. I'll send him a link.
Oh, okay. That would be good, Lou. Okay, so I'll continue then.
Thank you, Lou.
Pleasure.
It says, if the brother cannot make up his mind to undertake this marriage, or if there are circumstances which render such an alliance impermissible, if the brother is a high priest who is forbidden to marry a widow, even though actual intercourse, if it takes place, is effective as a marriage, kedushin tofsin, which is not the case with marriages between grades forbidden midoraita. Okay. Or if, in the opinion of the elders of the town, it is not advisable, where there is a great disparity of age, then the widow must openly summon the brother-in-law to appear before a court in order to perform the duty of yibum, and he must declare his refusal and allow the widow to bare his foot by drawing off his shoe, spit in front of him, and repeat the formula. So shall it be done unto the man, etc. It is the brother-in-law who drives the widow to this act and this declaration. By so doing, he proclaims that it is not a lack of love for his departed brother and not indifference towards his household, which leads him to refuse to marry his brother's widow. The man who is not prepared, where law and circumstances permit, to build up his brother's house must himself, shoeless, forfeit position and progress on the earth. He is to merit contempt, and his house itself should be called the house of the shoeless, the house of him without position and progress. This procedure is called chalitza.
Hmm. It's a bit rough on the brother.
Oh, here's Alan.
Oh, he did come in.
Yeah, he's coming in now.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, here he is. Welcome back, Alan.
Okay, back again. We have a cleaning lady here, so I had to shut it down for a minute.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm ready. So what are we up to?
546. Want to read?
What if the
Oh, you had a question, Roy. Sorry. Yeah.
sorry, it seems a bit rough on the brother if in good faith
Yeah.
the brother doesn't want to marry his widowed sister-in-law.
Why are we so negative towards the brother that doesn't want to do Ibum? That's the question.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's the Torah regards it as a mitzvah it's regarded as sort of like the brother is building his late brother's house, but which the late brother was not able to do. So it's doing a great chesed for the late brother. That's how the Torah regards it.
And what if there are children?
If the brother dies and he has children, so then there's no mitzvah yibum. The woman is absolutely forbidden to him.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's the what he pointed out over here. A brother's wife is a erva, is a forbidden relationship that the brother cannot marry her under any circumstances. The only circumstance that he's allowed to marry her is when we actually prevail upon him to do so, when there's a case of ibum.
Uh-huh. Okay.
But what I mean. So since it's such a great chesed, so the Torah does not look kindly upon the brother who refuses to do this kindness with his late brother.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. All right. So 546. Alan, would you like to read?
What'd you say, 5.6? In what? We're still in Horeb?
Yeah.
So what page, what number, 546?
We're page 405.
Okay,
That's
got
the
it.
page. The paragraph is 546.
546, okay. So long as neither Yibum nor Chalitza has taken place, the widow is forbidden to anyone else unless she stands in such close relationship to the brother-in-law that not only is she forbidden to marry him, but that even actual marriage cannot be effective. In this case, neither Yibum or Chalitza takes place, but with the death of the husband, the widow is free to contract any other marriage. Where there are several brothers, Chalitza from one is sufficient, and the duty devolves primarily on the elders.
Okay, so he's saying the first halacha that he's saying over here, this the wife of the late brother, she she can't marry anybody else until the brother's family, the one of the brothers does either yibum or chalitza. Oh, and then it says, unless she stands in such a close relationship to the brother-in-law that not only is she forbidden to marry him, but that even an actual marriage cannot be effective. Okay, so he doesn't explain what that is. But in addition to her, this is the first mission in Yevamos, that there are situations where, right, in addition to her being Ashes Ach, the late brother's wife, which makes her usher, except if it's in the mitzvah of Yibum, she may also have she also be wearing another hat of a forbidden relationship, which doesn't have tefisas kedushin. So in that case, there's no mitzvah of yibum or chalitza. She doesn't need either yibum or chalitza, and therefore she goes out, and she's now permitted to marry anybody, and that's what he's talking about. Okay. That's that. That's the first mission in Yevamos, if you want to look it up over there. And who is the one? If there's many brothers that do that, the many brothers that are surviving this late brother, who's the one that does the yibum or the chalitza? The oldest brother has the mitzvah, but technically speaking, any of the brothers would qualify, and likewise, if any of the brothers gives chalitza, performs the chalitza ceremony, that releases her. And once that happens, then none of the other brothers are allowed to do evil. Okay. Okay, 547. We go to, who's after Alan? Roy, are you after Alan?
I don't know. Maybe. All right.
Yeah.
It is obvious that only when both parties, the widow and the brother, fulfill the duty of Yibun in the sense intended by the divine lawgiver, by founding a household in the spirit of the deceased, only then can the purpose of the mitzvah be achieved. Where, however, this spirit is absent, the union of these otherwise forbidden grades borders on sin. For that reason, since for many ages now it has no longer been possible to take for granted in Israel that pure, lofty, and godly outlook on life, which alone in this case, separates fulfillment of duty from sin. Our sages, like the elders before them, in individual cases, have long since declared Yibum always to be inadvisable, and have ordained chalitza in all cases, unless the purpose of carrying out the mitzvah, pure and simple, is obvious beyond all doubt. For everything relating to Yibum and chalitza, see EH. What's EH?
Evan Ha'ezer.
Evan Ha'ever, page 160, 156 following.
Okay. Right. So this is what he's concluding with, that actually, practically speaking, nowadays, Yibum is not advised, and it's not done, and but there's still an obligation and a duty to do the chalitza, because it's only with the chalitza that the wife of the late brother becomes permissible to remarry. So, and why was it that the Yibum is not done? Because we have one of the views in the Gemara Yevomis is that even though it's a mitzvah, and we always say about mitzvahs, right? We say mitzvahs, it's better to do a mitzvah shalom lishma than to not do it at all, because but over here the sages agreed already in the time of the Gemara that unless it's done for the purpose of why Hashem commanded the mitzvah, so then it's not advised. It's not advised to do. It borders, like Rav Hirsch says, it borders on a sin. Borders on a sin. And for that reason, today we don't generally do chalitza, and that's the story. Okay, so that's it. A round of applause for chalitza. And now we go on to 84, chinuch. In English, it's known as education. Wow. This is a long one. This will keep us busy, I think, until Yom Kippur over here. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, right. The word is chinuch, and the English word is education.
Oh, yeah.
What's the difference? Any?
Yeah, a world of difference.
Mhm.
Chinuch is comes from the word. Well, we'll see what Rav Hirsch says. We'll let Rav Hirsch do the talking. We have to remember one thing, that Rav Hirsch didn't do these English translations. I don't know if there is a good word in English to really to capture what chinuch is. But
That's interesting.
yeah. What's that?
No, I said that's interesting that we can't translate it.
I don't think it really is a yeah. Like we have, right? We have such a thing as where do we have this word? We have this word by Hanukkah. Why do we have a yontif named Hanukkah? Why is it not called? We don't translate it as being education. The yontif of education.
That's rededication.
It's right. Chinuch is the Chanukah Samizbeach. What happened was that the Jews now were able to rededicate and re-inaugurate for service and the Mizbeach after it had been defiled and in a state of disuse for many years. So it wasn't anything about educating the Mizbeach. You don't have to educate the Mizbeach. It was so we have to keep that in mind when we talk about this word chinuch. Chinuch is it's a training which is a preparation for service. I wouldn't say that that's education. I don't think that's the right. I don't think that it takes a lot. It includes a lot more than simply education. In other words, okay. But be that as it may, let's see what Rav Hirsch has to say.
We're out of time, Rabbi.
Oh, we're out of time. Okay, that always happens whenever I say that. Okay, a good day to Mayor.
Okay, you all should have a good day.
See you, Mayor.
Good.
Thank you so much.
Second day of Seres Mei Tshuva.
Hey, Teshuvah, yes.
Hey, all the best.
Okay, be well, everyone.
See you soon.
Okay.
Bye for now.
Be back soon.